Hi, I'm Paul Skeldon, one of the editors at Internet Retailing, and I'm here at IRX 2018 with Brian Green, Sales Director at Magento. Brian, hi, good to see you.
Thank you.
Retailers are having a terrible time sort of with omni-channel. They used to come to people like you wanting a platform just to sell stuff. Way more complicated these days. So tell us a bit about some of the challenges that you're finding your retail customers facing.
You're absolutely correct. You know, merchants, retailers were coming to us just wanting to get an online presence so they can sell stuff. Nowadays, our consumer expectations have completely changed. We don't see the difference when we shop between going in store, going online, marketplaces. They're all a way of consuming those goods. So the complexity for merchants that we at Magento are talking about a lot more is how you tie all of those systems together, so that I look at the way my family shops. We go and look at the pricing online. We expect that pricing to be the same as the pricing in store. We potentially order goods. Those goods get delivered. I want to know exactly when is it going to be delivered. What day, potentially what time. And then similarly, if it arrives and we don't, doesn't fit or whatever, we may want to go and take it back to a physical store. That introduces completely new levels of complexity because of all of those channels that we're trying to service to those merchants. So for that reason, merchants are talking to us more and more, particularly recently. There's national news about retailers that may or may not have got.
We won't mention their names, not in this
to.
environment. It'd be too upsetting.
Yeah, correct.
So what can Magento sort of do? What sort of advice are you sort of giving then to these retailers sort of technologically to try and manage this problem?
I think, so it's two things. Clearly from a technology standpoint, we can talk about the technology that we've built an order management product that can offer all and support all of those channels, whether it's traditional online, whether it's mobile apps, maybe it's voice with voice assists, to physical stores, and tying that all together so that you can have that holistic single view of your product information catalog, single view of your pricing, single view of your inventory, to tie that back together so that you can truly offer what the consumers will see as a single channel, which is your brand as a retailer or your brand as a manufacturer. You can see that and represent that brand irrespective of the delivery mechanism that the consumer decides to choose.
Okay, and what about marketplaces? You've got to love them and hate them all at the same time, but you've recently introduced native integration with Amazon.
Correct.
What are you sort of telling retailers sort of about a marketplace strategy?
So it's a great conversation with marketplaces because you can have two views of it. Marketplaces creates conversations for Magento because people can say, well, we need to compete with a marketplace. The marketplace is becoming my brand rather than me. So that's one perspective. I think the other perspective is also a channel to market. So one of the conversations that we're having is, in some cases, we can help an organization through our platform differentiate themselves from the marketplace, because a lot of our retail organizations that we're selling to have physical and online, so there's a differentiator there. That differentiator only works if the omni-channel experience behind the scenes is integrated, so that is a differentiation. But also, more recently, we are working with merchants that understand actually you should integrate a marketplace for a route to market as well, because beneficially it could bring new consumers to them. So probably what I would say are the more successful merchants that we're dealing with, that are seeing the biggest growth on the back of our platform, are those that are integrating all of those channels and including those marketplaces as a route, to the extent we've developed technology to allow you to integrate to the major ones.
Excellent. Great. And finally, sort of, what's your view of the show so far? How's IRX 2018 been for you?
I always see it from two perspectives. Clearly, we as a vendor are here to sell our wares to a degree. You won't expect me to say that, but I think that's one perspective. I think because this is not nice and easy on my hair. I'm learning. So it's great to talk to colleagues, peers in the industry, and merchants to understand their challenges, because that's how we learn, and then we can reflect that in the way that we sell and technology in the future. So it's a learning exercise as well as a selling exercise for me.
Excellent. Well, enjoy the rest of the show. Happy learning, and hopefully see you again next year.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks.